for the world. It's not for mankind. It's not for everybody else. It is for you. It is for you and it is for me. If nothing else, St. Paul shows us that this needs to be personal. Like St. Paul, all of us need to know here that he loves you, that he loves me. And you want to know how much he loves? This is where you find out. This is where you find out how much he loves you, how much he gives himself up for you. Look at his title on here, the King of Glory. His glory is how much, how completely he loves you, how selflessly he loves you. That is the glory that shines from the cross. That is why we dress the cross in red roses and fragrant herbs, because that is his glory. That is his holiness. That is his dedication. That is what he is the king of. Selfless loving. And it's not an impersonal, selfless love for the masses, although it applies to everybody. It's a personal love that knew you at your worst moment. As St. Paul says elsewhere, while we were still sinners, Christ chose to die for us. What proves his love for us is that Christ died for the ungodly, for you and for me, in our worst moments, in our ungodliness, in our worst moments of sin. And this is what he does. St. Paul said, I have been crucified with Christ, and the life I now live is a life of faith, of trust in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me. Every single one of us, without exception, no matter what, can make the same claim, is entitled to make the same claim. Indeed, the church insists that we make the same claim, that he loved me and gave himself for me. Do you know that he loves you and that he gave himself for you? Do you know that? I remember the time when a very holy man asked me that question. Adam, do you know that he loves you? Do you know that he gave himself for you? And at the time, I really didn't know that. I might have known it up here, but I didn't know it here, which is where it counts. If you don't know that, if you are not sure whether you know that or not, come to his cross and find out. Come and venerate his cross and ask him to show you how much he loves you. The hymns that we sing for this cross, the way that we reverence it, the way that we kiss it, the way that we even prostrate before it, show us how important this is. That this really is the cross, at the heart of the entire Christian life. This is where we encounter his love for us. This is where we encounter his glory. And oh my goodness, if we had eyes of the Spirit to see the radiance and the glory that shines from the cross, this entire building will be covered with flowers. But we have to start somewhere. And this is a great place to start. We just sang that Christ was willingly raised upon the cross. Our liturgy tells us that he chose this. As brutal as what this our liturgy repeats that every time we celebrate the Eucharist. Before he went forth to his voluntary death, before he went forth to his life-giving passion, before he surrendered himself for the life of the world. This was all voluntary. He could have said no, and he wanted to. In the Garden of Gethsemane, he said, Father, please let this chalice pass away from me. But not what I want. What you want. What you want. And the Byzantine icon of Gethsemane shows Christ. He's taken off his blue robe of divinity and rolled it at his feet. And instead he stands upright in the red robe of humanity, stood upright before the Father, facing all of this in his spirit. He knew exactly what was coming. And in his humanity, he chose that. And he chose it for you, and he chose it for me. It was willing. The prayer reminds us that the cross means there is no end to the supply of mercy that is available to us and to anyone who wants it. This cross is the proof that mercy is available if we will come and ask for it. What did the dying thief do? Did he pray rosaries until his knees were worn out? Did he go to daily mass? Did he do prostrations like a monk on Mount Athos? Not a bit of it. He was a career criminal, and he admitted as much. I deserve this sentence. But Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Remember me. What does Jesus say? I paraphrase. I won't need to remember you because you'll be there with me. Today, you will be with me in paradise. How did he get that mercy? He just asked for it. How do you get that mercy? All you need to do is ask for it. Because he loved you and he gave himself up for you. The hymn goes on to say, by your power, grant joy to the church. Give her victory over evil with your invincible trophy. Somehow, this cross brings us joy and victory. But also notice what Jesus said in the gospel. If any man does not pick up his cross and come follow me, then he doesn't have life. He will not save his soul. So somehow, we also are meant to embrace the cross. To go forth willingly to whatever our crucifixion is. To carry whatever our cross may be. Because if there's joy and victory and power in this cross, there's joy and victory and power in any cross that you take up in his name. In any cross that you willingly embrace and bring it with you on the journey. The joy that Jesus experienced in this cross was knowing the difference that it would make for you and for me. That's why he gave himself up for us. But did you know that when we take up our crosses, and we all have one, it's a very personal cross. We all have a cross. A great preacher once said that most people's crosses are in one or more of these three areas: finance, relationships, and health. And there's nothing wrong with trying to fix all of these things. You go to the doctor, get a second opinion. or you do Dave Ramsey, or find a financial planner, or you read John Eldridge on relationships, or you go to Marriage Encounter. It's right to try and fix these things. But when we've done our best, when we've finished our prayers, and we stand back and there's still a cross in our lives, maybe it's time to pick it up and follow wherever he's leading. Or in other words, to say, no matter how painful this cross is, no matter what suffering is attached to it, no matter how little I understand as to why this is in my life, I hear Jesus telling me to pick it up and bring it with me on the journey. Not to look upon it and weep and say, I can't do this, but to take it with you. And I don't think he would ask us to take up our cross if we could not take up our cross. You see, my cross is different to your cross. Your brother's cross is different to your cross. Maybe I couldn't carry your brother's cross. Maybe your sister could not carry your cross. Maybe I could not carry your cross. But you can carry your cross because it's fitted for you. It's personal to you. And somehow, he's calling you to pick it up in some way and bring it with you wherever he invites you. And the great secret is that just as he rejoiced in the joy and the power and the victory that this would bring for you and me, so too, as you carry your cross, as you love and give yourself, like he did, on your cross, you too, right there in the cross, right there in the heart of your cross, you too can find joy and power and victory for yourself and for many others, just as he promised. Glory to Jesus Christ.
Glory to Christ.